At this time, I'm going to go ahead and have we have two speakers that we're very honored to have here. Erwin Kane is running for State District 3 for the House, and so is Holland Harper. And I'm just excited that we've got two men of this quality and this caliber running in the Republican Party. And proud to have both of you gentlemen here. And Holland, since you're a guest here tonight, we're going to have you come up first, introduce yourself, and speak to everyone.
Can everybody hear me?
Use the mic, please. Use the mic because we put this on.
It'll feed through the website.
I got you. My name is Holland Harper, and I'm from Paris, Texas. And since none of you know me, I thought we'd get a little time to talk about myself. First off, I want to thank Mr. Wisenbaker very much for having me, and Mr. Kane, thank you very much for having me. I've been in combat zones. This is definitely not a combat zone. This is nice and easy and friendly, and I appreciate your hospitality. Born in Paris, Texas, was raised in Paris, Texas. I had met my wife in Paris, Texas. She's a native of Lamar County. She is the daughter of a soybean farmer and a computer programmer over at L3 Communications. I have 3 children. I have a boy 5 years old named Preston. I have a 3-year-old daughter named Elizabeth, which was born while I was in Iraq. And I have a 1-year-old daughter named Abigail that is just a little mess. She's a lot of fun. Went to public schools growing up, went to Paris High School, and actually I was telling somebody earlier that I actually played soccer here at the stadium right around the corner against Silver Springs many a time, and spent a lot of time in the mud there. Went to Austin College for my undergraduate, and then I'm the only ROTC, Reserve Officer Training Corps, graduate from Austin College ever. And how I did that is I wrote a program with the University of Texas Arlington and drove down there 2 times a week for 2.5 years to get a commission. My work experience, I started out sweeping the floors for a construction company at 11 years old. It's a true statement, for $1 an hour. And when I was 12, I got a raise for $2 an hour. And by 14, I was on a roofing crew. We run some sheet metal roofing crew and some hot roofing crew. And by 18, I was running steel erection crews, and then went off to college for a while and always had to come back and go back to work in the summers. And from there, you'd always get the worst. When you're the owner's son, you get the worst job of all time. So you get coal tar, you get sheet metal, or you get concrete, or you get some terrible job, which is a good experience because it teaches you how to work hard, the value of hard work, and what the importance of that is. I told you I was an ROTC, and after ROTC, I got the fortunate opportunity to get an engineering command. Started out as platoon leader for a little engineering company in Paris, Texas. And I had about 27 guys who were all older than I am that knew a lot more than I did. And from there, I went to detachment command, which means I had 2 to 3 platoons down in Marshall, Texas. And after that, I went to company command. I did that for 5 years. Company command, I had 162 people underneath me. I had about $15 million of assets, 13.9, let me back that up. And over that time, I got the fortunate opportunity. It's a terrible experience, but I got the fortunate opportunity to be command during 9/11, and then deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan, where I sent soldiers, and my job was to make sure that they were trained and prepared to go. And what you realize is that young people that are in the reserves or National Guard or Army, Air Force, are defending our rights as citizens. And we forget that a lot of times. We don't really understand that. In 2006 and 2007, I got the great opportunity to go to Iraq to serve our country. And I started as a reconstruction officer for the 420th Engineer Brigade down at Fort Hood at the Corps there. Went across overseas, and during that time, I got to rebuild pipelines and energy on Petraeus' staff. And what I did was, let's say that you're the Ministry of Oil, and you're the Ministry of Defense, and you're the coalition forces. I got the opportunity to try to put all those things together with very few resources to make things better. And when we got there, we just had 1.8 million barrels a day that they were producing. And when I left, we were at 2.4. And it had nothing to do with me. All I had to do was with the fact of putting the right people together to make things work. But what that taught me is how professional we are as a country, as our soldiers are very, very professional. And it's a very special right and privilege to be an American. And many take that for granted. Thank you very much for helping me. They do. You get home and you see the stuff on you get off that plane and everybody shakes your hand, and you get back to your life and everybody just goes back to making widgets. And they don't vote, and they don't get involved, and they're not passionate about what's going to happen. I also watched over the last 2 years our country change and get weak and soft and not be focused on what's important. And I don't like it. And it scares me. If we look at Washington, Washington is spending our children's inheritance with over $1 trillion of stimulus that is not working. We've entered our health care. We're going to socialize health care and make it more expensive for all and not get focused there. We've bailed out 2 of the 3 auto companies, and now we own 60% of each one of them, and we control them politically. And we've regulated our banking industry so we cannot be successful, from community banks to national banks to global banks. Because of our actions at Washington, it has gone all the way down from Washington to the local economy. Our dollar is weaker. Jobs are leaving local economy. Hopkins County, Lamar County, Red River County, Titus County, Franklin County, and going elsewhere because we're no longer competitive and we're no longer a place to do business. And that scares me. And because of that reason, I could not sit on the sidelines. I thought, I think there's a way to fix this. I think there's a way to make it better. And so I chose to run for House Representatives District 3. The way you make that better is you work on how are we going to get jobs and start cutting the cost of doing business in Texas. Not how we start cutting our taxes to make us more competitive. Because it's real simple. We are blessed with great resources. We have smart people. We have quality land. We have water resources. If you're Sulphur Springs, which we don't have in Paris, Texas, you have I-30 that runs right next to you. You are blessed with 2 railroads, Kansas City Southern and NETEX, Northeast Texas rail line. The way we're going to make this work is we're going to focus on ag resources, the infrastructure we have existing, the education systems in Paris Junior College, North Texas Community College, and Texas A&M Commerce, to provide a quality educated workforce so we can create new jobs here. What our state representative has not done for us is seek those opportunities. He is not focused on that. He's not focused on job creation. If we have job creations, our communities, our counties, and our cities will grow stronger. It is the base and the foundation to provide family values. Because if you have a healthy family financially, you can have a healthy fiscal policy inside that. You have a healthy education. You can work on having a strong community around that. To do that, we're going to have to change. We're going to have to work very hard to get Mr. Homer out of that seat. I hope that you understand more about me now. I look forward to your vote, and I look forward to come seeing you again to earn your trust. Thank you very much, and God bless.